What did he do?
So essentially, after they won, they did a commercial, and it showed...
The Celtics or Tatum?
It was a competitor.
Okay.
And...
Oh, Jordan Brand.
A competitor.
Squeeze that.
Did Adidas just release one of the most iconic sports campaigns ever? In September 2023, Anthony Edwards, a star player on the Minnesota Timberwolves, introduced his first signature basketball shoe, named the AE1s. The then 22-year-old launched them in his hometown, Oakland City, Georgia, where he was hosting his annual youth basketball camp. The public got a taste of the world Adidas was building around Edwards, with the peach sneaker colorway that extended to backdrops and display units and was tied all up with the Believe That tagline. But things got really interesting on October 25th, 2023, when Adidas dropped an ad featuring Edwards and his best friend Nick Maddox. They were digging through a duffel bag of basketball shoes from competing brands and tossing them to the side as Edwards rejected the notion that any of them could compete with his new AE1 sneaker. Made by Adidas and the agency Johannes Leonardo, the ad was simple, but it made huge waves.
Hey yo, Adidas just put out a new commercial with Anthony Edwards to promote his shoe, and it has social media going crazy.
Adidas does it again. This is the best signature campaign I've seen in years.
Positioning Edwards as the charismatic, shit-talking star athlete he is, who also has the potential to be the new face of the league. And it injected a much-needed jolt of energy into the basketball sneaker and marketing space that's been sleepy and downtrending for the past few years. What followed that ad were many other social ads from this peach world released over the course of 2 years that disrupted the algorithm, caused conversation and retaliation from competing brands and a rapper.
See on the handstand, but fuck wrong with Ant-Man. Gave him his props. Homie got love from me. New commercial, y'all ain't got love for me.
While Adidas has always struggled to put a dent in the basketball sneaker market that's been dominated by Nike and Jordan brand, this campaign was a disruptor that put the entire industry on watch. During a stop on Anthony Edwards' China tour, we spoke to the team behind the campaign, which includes Onda, the director, Cam Mason, the head of sports marketing at Adidas Basketball, Miles Jackson-Cartwright, the manager of global brand marketing at Adidas Basketball, and the star himself, Anthony Edwards. We discussed his favorite video from the campaign, why he was so comfortable taking shots at competitors, where he is now as a player, and the pressure surrounding the release of the Anthony Edwards 2 sneaker. Then we will get his responses to brands and players who have mentioned him in their campaigns, and who he wants to be a part of the AE2 campaign. Then Ant leaves, and we dissect this campaign even more and why it was so successful with the people who made it. My name is Aria Hughes, I am the editor-in-chief of Complex, and I am asking Anthony Edwards and the team behind his AE1 campaign to please explain.
Hi, everyone.
Sadness.
Ni hao.
There we go.
I feel like you've been having fun saying that, haven't you?
I've been having a great time.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell. Well, thank you for being here. We're going to be talking about the Anthony Edwards 1 campaign and alluding to the Anthony Edwards 2 campaign. I see you're wearing the sneakers. They look amazing. Yes, put it on the table. Put it on the table.
I
Show
got a
them.
big foot, y'all.
They look great. I love those. They look really good in person.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So we're going to start with the game.
What's the game?
You know, Complex, we love to rank things.
Okay.
So we're going to rank 10 of the spots. Jillian's going to throw them up on the screen. And we're going to have y'all rank them. So 1 is the one you like the most. 10 is the one you like the least.
Okay.
Oh,
She's going to bring them up so you can know. But
How you having us shoes against our own kids?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the point. It's a challenging game. So we can talk about it. And yeah,
Let's
I
do
want
it.
to see, what's people's favorite.
What if I put 1 for every one?
Then you failed the game.
All right.
So yeah, we're gonna have the receipts one, man down, higher stakes, lower shoes, scary good, from Atlanta to the world, the can't billboard, sneak this, the backboard, no lie, and AKA.
Man, you know the last time I wrote something down?
He said, "Can I text this?" He said, "Can I text this to you?"
You can write the
John,
first.
you know the last time I
You
wrote
didn't have to
something
write
down?
it fully, just as long as
I
you
ain't
know
wrote
what's
something down
weird.
since Bruce Lee died. Damn. What you gonna do?
He cheated on his own test.
Boy, that's how I was in school, boy. I'd rather cheat than repeat.
To some of these too.
There we go.
Come on.
The receipts one was the one where we were like, man, fuck buddy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cameron said, to me, he's an all-star, but not a superstar yet. Buddy. It is what it ain't.
We don't want no smoke with Cam.
So we know.
We're gonna put that one at
That's your least favorite? 10?
Oh, no, he don't want no smoke, so he said
so
we
we're
gonna
gonna put it at 1.
Oh, okay, got it.
Buddy,
my God,
buddy got
skipping
nothing but
stuff.
time for the joke on people. You see what he did?
He did something recently, didn't
He
he?
did something to Buddy from what's the movie? It's not
Omar-
Menace to
Omar
Society.
Gooding. Omar
Boys to
Gooding.
Hood. Boys in the Hood.
What'd he do?
He thought he was shooting a movie.
bro. Oh, you didn't see that?
And he dead ass wrong.
Called him Omar Gooding Jr. And he's like, that you calling me out my name. Cuba's the junior. How am I be the junior? And he made 3 diss records. They wasn't that bad. They was actually pretty good, to be honest with you. It cost me $12,000, $13,000 to go to the NBA game. I just rather laugh at you for $3,500.
He did ass wrong for that.
Okay, what's y'all's number 1?
Man down.
Okay,
Man down.
Receipts.
okay,
Also receipts.
okay,
I got man down.
okay.
All right. We lock in.
Great minds think alike.
Yes.
We lock in.
Well, let's talk about receipts.
Hey, what's up with the machine, though?
That's for my receipts.
Receipts?
Yeah, I hear all the hate.
So why were you so comfortable doing that?
I mean, that's just like, that's right up my alley. I feel like, I don't know if I could cuss.
You can.
I can't. Okay, I feel like, you know, talking shit is me. So anytime that involves it, you're going to bring the best out of me. So that's why, that's my favorite.
Okay.
He was telling me what people were saying, sneak dissing, and I was just talking shit back to him. So it was pretty good for me.
Why was Adidas comfortable with that?
We want to disrupt. That's the main thing out of all of this. And taking those shots at people and embodying what he is, his persona, that's exactly what that was. You just heard it. He loved talking shit.
Right.
As authentic to the experience as possible.
They allowed me to do it.
Allow him to be him.
That's what's beautiful. Yeah, they allowed me to be myself. That's why I love Adidas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, man down. Why was that y'all's favorite? If that was your favorite and Onda's favorite, Cam's favorite and Onda's favorite.
I let Onda go first.
I just love that he was dunking on Ice-T.
No one's safe. Even you,
Like, you know, that was just.
Mine is like dunking on Ice-T and then the storytelling.
Yeah.
And then we brought Ice-T to the game
Yes.
for the playoffs.
Yes.
He dunked literally right in front of Ice-T. He stood up and pointed to Ant. It was just, you couldn't get any more like better of a rollout than that.
Right.
No, that was hard.
And it was part of the like the posterization of like the moment just meant
Exactly.
so because we had like what if Ant didn't posterize somebody, Right. you know?
Right.
We would probably lose the film.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll talk more about that later. Yeah. Okay, what's last on y'all's list?
I didn't really get to 10.
That's fine. What's at number 4?
My 4 was I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah, the last one with me was Scary Good. As
Same.
much as I loved it.
Same.
Look at mine.
Yeah, I mean,
Was it Scary Good?
Yeah, scary good. Cross.
Was it okay? So one thing I noticed was Scary Good is you made a proclamation that sadly didn't come true about being the MVP.
Where everybody go? I heard Ant-Man finna have an MVP season.
Is that why it's your least
I
favorite?
mean, yeah. I can't tell no lies.
Okay,
That was mine too.
Yeah.
that's the reason why.
Yeah, like, cause I mean, it was a Halloween and I didn't want to like, it was a moment, but he made the proclamation, but who to say it's still not about to happen. So,
I was speaking for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is important. I feel like that's what you do in a lot of this.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I was gonna ask was, I've talked to Onda about this peach void, and a lot of them say they say it's your inner dialogue. And then I saw a video that Nick made. He's not in here, but your best friend Nick made, and he was like,
If the world could hear how Ant talks to himself when he's in the gym, I guarantee it's like art.
"You talk to yourself?
Yeah.
Like, what are you saying?
I can't like rehearse it. It's not like a.
But is it like, are you like building
I'm pumping
yourself
myself
up?
up,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You're pumping
for
yourself
sure,
up.
yeah.
That's like a part of the process.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I love it. So you gotta have fun with it.
Right.
Yeah. Like I might hit a couple shots in a row and start talking to the backboard, anything.
Okay.
Find somebody to talk some shit to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, for real.
Even if
it don't matter who it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what it is.
Or what it is.
Right.
Yeah. Find something to talk some shit to.
I love that. I am curious. You do seem very laser focused on basketball, but how important is this stuff to you? Like the campaigns and the sneakers. Like how invested are you?
Super invested.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate them for allowing me to be in this position. But yeah, I be locked in, man. Anytime it's time for me to do a shoot, Miles tell me to cut it on, it's time to cut it on. Yeah. So I be super locked in, man. It's exciting. You know, the rollouts and stuff is pretty dope. So I can't do nothing but bring my best foot forward.
Right. And Cam, you brought Ant to Adidas, correct?
Yeah, sports marketing.
So I'm sure that a signature sneaker was always a part of that plan.
Of course.
But-
I remember when we told him he was
Right. I ain't want to come to Vegas.
we had
to
like
fight.
I'm not even joking. I had to beg this man to get on a flight for a day just to tell him in person he was gonna become a signature athlete. But he made it, my man, just for the day. He was literally there for a day.
But I left right after.
He did.
Right after the meeting, I was gone.
He did.
What,
He
you
didn't
don't
even
like
stay.
Vegas?
He didn't even stay for lunch.
Yeah, it's just not my. Yeah, it's too hot. It's too many people. It's not my thing.
I feel you. I feel that. But I guess when you signed Ant, did you envision this type of campaign that's like positioning him as an icon, basically?
I remember the first time I met this dude. It was at McDonald's All-American game. And we were doing a focus group. We do it all the time, every year, amongst all the athletes. This man was on the other side and all the other athletes were over there. See, he left because he remembered it. He was at a Papa Shop. We had an Adidas Papa Shop. He was just in there and I was like, yo, like, come over here, chat with us, you know. He was like, what you need to know, buddy? I'm like, I was just like, bro, like, you know, I was talking to him, chopping it up. He was like, whatever you need to know, I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you what's good, what's not, what's hot, what's not. He was just, and right then it like clicked. I was like, yo, this dude's personality is on a trillion. And of course, like, followed him through Georgia, followed him through the draft process, and we locked in. And here we are today.
Yeah, so clearly you saw something in him. I mean, I feel a lot of people have, thank God, and they've pushed you. One thing, you don't like being compared to anybody.
Me?
Yeah. I've heard you say that. But I think something that comes to mind when people watch these campaigns are the Mars Blackman, Michael Jordan campaigns.
Yo, it's the Michael Jordan Flight School. Learn how to increase your hang time. Learn how to dazzle defenses. Learn how to wear really great sneakers. Learn how to sign lots of autographs. Learn how to stick your tongue out during the game. Learn how to play golf during the off season.
Have you seen those, Ant?
Never seen them. I'm too young for that.
I figured you'd say that.
Yeah, I ain't never seen those.
I'm not too young.
Yes, you're not too young. Was that a feeling that y'all were trying to go for?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Position your athlete as the icon that we think we are, that,
Right.
that we think he is.
Right.
Obviously, we had this belief in him, but essentially what made that great was camera, athlete, product. And that's the way we wanted to do for him to kind of keep it simple and allow for him to have a stage for him to be himself.
Right.
And that was the same thing that we were trying to channel, not necessarily repeat or copy or anything, but just take that ethos and then allow for him. Exactly. Allow for him to do his
Sauce
thing.
on the
Yeah,
For real.
Yeah, we ain't no copycat.
No.
Original.
No, for sure. I
Originator.
think that's why people like it so much, that it doesn't feel like it was copy and paste. It's just like
Evolution.
a feeling of the making
Yeah.
of an icon,
Sure.
for sure. And then another thing that was so good about this is that it just felt very you. But clearly you ain't write the script like Chris Chance did. Were you surprised by how well it seems like they got you?
No, I mean we've been at it for a long time now, so they know who I am. They know how I talk. they know me, so I wasn't surprised at all seeing all the scripts and stuff. Sometimes I might add my own little twist to it, but yeah, it's pretty dope.
And then the Believe That tagline that Kalechi came up with,
Best in the world. Believe that.
were y'all sold on that immediately?
Yeah, we were trying to find something that really captured his energy and do it in a way that felt like it was his tone of voice. Obviously, it wasn't about, being long-winded. It was just like, how do you sign this off in a way that is most authentic to Ant and his experience? And it kind of came through beautifully. Obviously written Believe That, but, said in his Believe That. And that really, resonates with him, but also the kid that we're trying to win with.
One thing that seems to come very naturally to you is athleticism. Like we've all seen that. I mean, you used to play football,
Mm-hmm.
went to basketball. I feel like you picked up bowling. Like it seems like you're good at any sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ping pong, baseball, football, basketball.
Tennis,
Have you go-
swimming, lacrosse, whatever you need me to play, I'm gonna go do it.
But what about doing this? And I know you've acted before with Adam Sandler in that Hustle movie and taking in script and lines. Did it come naturally to you? You enjoyed doing it?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I'm just, I don't know. I don't want to be cocky. It's not really cocky. It's more confidence. It's just me. I feel like it's nothing I can't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being cocky.
Yeah.
Yeah. But are you feeling any level of pressure? Because the Anthony Edwards 1 sneaker hit it out the park. Do you feel a level of pressure with what you all want to achieve for this next chapter?
The tools?
Yeah.
We're going to hit it out the park. We're going to be a grand slam. I mean, anything we put our touch on, man, we're going to jazz it up and make it go the right way, I feel like.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. They listen to me, I listen to them. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a great mesh. We mesh together very well.
Yeah, it's obvious that there's a lot of trust between y'all.
Sure.
How long did it take to maintain that, to build that?
I mean, just years of just talking to each other. At first, it was like Zoom meetings and stuff, and then eventually seeing each other in person and getting to know them, and actually realizing like I got a great group of guys. They're super cool, laid back. Everybody got their own personality. You got to get to know everyone individually, but everybody's super cool, man. So that definitely drew me more.
And as an athlete, like, it's either you win or you lose. It's very black and white. The numbers are the numbers or whatever. With something like this, it can be objective. How do you measure the success of this campaign? Like, what makes you say, yes, this is successful?
I mean, just seeing everybody wearing the shoes. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Like, everything else is cool, but seeing everybody wearing the shoes, supporting the brand, and just screaming, believe that is everything.
I love seeing it on everybody's T-shirts.
Yeah, it's the best thing ever,
yeah.
for sure. A movement.
Where are you as a player now? You know, Complex, we did a cover with you earlier this year. And when you spoke to Mike, who wrote the story, you were like, I don't think I'm a superstar just yet. It seems like you were at a place where you were like, I feel like there's more progress that needs to be made.
Yeah.
Where are you now?
Scratching the surface. Yeah. I still don't feel like I'm all the way there yet, but after this year, I will be. Yeah.
Why you say that?
I mean, just watch and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Is that going to be reflected? I know y'all can't say much about the Anthony Edwards 2 campaign, but do you feel like that place of progress and just scratching the surface is going to be reflected in the next chapter of this storytelling?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everything we do, we're trying to meet him where he's at in his life.
Yeah.
With his basketball career, and kind of just build something that is the right reflection of that. So absolutely, I think we've seen him in the gym. We've obviously had behind the scenes of what he's been doing. So we're confident in what he's going to bring to the table, and it's just a matter of how do we bring that energy to make sure that we're matching the energy that he's bringing on court.
So before we have Ant leave, we're going to play another game.
Oh, I got to erase this one?
No, we're not going to use the whiteboards. We're done with those. Thank y'all. Oh, we didn't say
you see how I already erased it. I had already
you already
erased mine. Yeah, I was
but
a
Scary
step
Good
ahead.
was what was your last one?
I only put it because Ant wasn't in it. It was From Atlanta to the World. Because we really wanted Ant to, or at least I wanted Ant to be part of that.
I like that one.
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah. You're just asking us to rank them. You can't.
I know, it's hard.
I told you having us pick against our kids. It's messed up.
Yeah.
But
I love AKA.
Yes.
Because I love when you say AKA Young Black King.
You like that one?
I like that line.
Anthony Edwards, a.k.a. Ant-Man, a.k.a. Young Black King.
Because you don't see a lot of basketball players say that in their sneaker campaigns, like explicitly say, like, I'm a black king.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that.
Big dog.
Yeah, exactly. So let's play the shots fired game. So, as y'all know, since y'all took shots, people have clearly had responses. We're not going to talk about Cameron, just like you said.
Right.
But we're just
We
going to talk
don't want
about...
no smoke, all right?
No smoke.
Don't be joking
no
on my
smoke with
people no
Cameron.
more, man. All right? Don't say no more jokes about my partners, all right, bro? We good, bro. We good. We seen what you did to the shouter, so we straight.
So we're not going to talk about him, but we're going to talk about maybe some of your peers, or we'll see. Okay, so first shots fired is This one.
Wait a minute, did Jordan Brand just take a little shot at Anthony Edwards? This may sound like a stretch, but stay with us here. Jordan posted this ad last night after the Celtics won the finals, celebrating Jordan Brand athlete Jason Tatum's first championship. It shows a guy covering up an old billboard with a new ad featuring the phrase, "Don't stop disbelieving." Hold on, freeze it right there. You see that little corner of the old billboard? It looks exactly like the peach color used on this billboard ad for Anthony Edwards Adidas sneakers. Also, the Jordan spot centers on the word disbelieving, which feels like a reference to AE's Believe That slogan. Just a coincidence?
When Jason Tatum and the Celtics won the championship and they rolled over that peach world. Did you even?
I didn't even see it.
Everyone said you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Okay, but how do you feel about it looking at this?
I don't feel no type of way. He won a championship.
Okay. How do y'all feel
Can't
about
do
it?
nothing but respect it.
I would say like ultimate respect to them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I mean,
flattering.
I feel like if they doing something to get back at us and we didn't do none of them, that means we doing something good.
That's what I was about to say. It's
So we
flattering
don't
in
really
the
give a
point.
fuck. Whatever it is. Good job.
I think the beauty about this one though is like you finally realize how iconic the peach was
Yes.
on its own.
For sure.
So I
what
told
did
him,
he do? What did he do?
so essentially after they won, they did a commercial and it showed
The Celtics or Tatum?
it was a competitor.
Okay.
And
Oh, Jordan Brand.
a competitor.
Squeeze that.
So essentially, they had a billboard and they were covering it, and they were covering the peach one. They didn't say nothing else. They didn't say Ant-Man or anything.
Right.
Kind of left it at that.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's go to the next shots fired. Did you see this where they showed you as an ant?
I never seen this.
Okay. So this is for Converse and Shea, excuse me. This is for Converse and Shea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nothing left to say.
Unbelievable.
I mean, listen, if they doing something to say something about me when I ain't say nothing about them, that mean we doing something right. If you still worry about me, that mean we doing something right.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're
so
right.
We don't feel no type of way about it. We love it. We're going to
Good.
have something back. We're going to come back. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, Ant, we thank you for continuing to do things right, for just always being
As
yourself.
long as I got people like this in the world, that mean we're doing something right.
Yes. Does it fuel you?
I mean, I never would have seen this if it wasn't for y'all. So, yeah, I mean,
Yes.
I don't really care about what people say about me. That
Yeah.
doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep well at night.
Right.
But just don't hate on my people.
Yes.
Let them grow.
Right, for sure. I know y'all have filmed some things, but what do you want to do with the next campaign? Like, what was important for you post the Anthony Edwards One campaign in storytelling?
What I want to do with the tools?
Yep.
I'm just going to say who I want to be in it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
All right.
Of course, Slick. Of course. And I definitely want Patrick Mahomes to be in it. Yeah, got to get Patty in it. Get Pat in the tools. 3 strike. It's only right. Tyreek Hill 3 strike too.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get the cheetah. Like, I'm a big football guy, so Travis Hunter, we got to get those guys in it. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that connect.
Well, let's make that happen. I'm sure it will. I'm sure everybody wants to wear these.
For sure. Man, these are the most comfortable shoes ever. I'm putting down. Oh, God.
Well, we thank you for your time. Congrats on everything. Enjoy the rest of your time in China.
Most definitely.
And thank you.
Appreciate it.
AE Tools, y'all. Go get you a pair.
All right, boy.
See you later, man.
Good meeting you.
All right, y'all, good people, man. Go get the tools.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about inspiration. So I know I spoke to Chris, and well, first off, can we talk about the brief? What was the brief? Like, what did y'all task JL with doing? What was the brief?
It was super simple. How do we introduce the newest icon in the game, like to the entire world? And then how do we highlight the shoe in a fun and exciting way and make that an icon of itself? Once we saw that design, we all knew how special it was from day one. So it was pretty simple. Like, how do we introduce an athlete? How do we introduce a new product, which we knew was going to be an icon? And then how do we make it as simple as possible to allow for us to connect who we wanted to win with, who is the kid Hooper, essentially.
Yeah. What did you receive?
I received the believe that, like the whole breakdown, pretty
Okay.
much, like the copy and stuff. And yeah, it was just like they wanted to make this peach world for Ant to represent where he's from. And for me, I just took it from there. I said we should shoot it on film. I said we should like not do any music and do sound design, like just keep the tone just in the space and try to elevate and create like what was already being world building, but take it to the next level where it like creates a weird nostalgia like feeling that you maybe never experienced.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's like a weird thing where it may feel like a 90s commercial or something, but I've never experienced a 90s commercial in that way. I was born in the 90s, but I don't remember it. So yeah, we were just able to capture this feeling that like people kind of just understood. Yeah.
I was talking before the interview, I was able to interview, like I've said, Chris and Kelechi about like the inspirations, because I always like to know people's references. And obviously we've talked about the MJ ad, but also, Chris brought up like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
You're not going to the game? What, are you kidding? Oh my God. No, it took me so long in court, now I can't even ask Cheryl to go.
He also brought up, which is why they wanted you to be a part of the project, was the Pusha T Diet Coke video, which obviously was inspired by the Craig Mack Flavor and Year, directed by Hype Williams, and why they wanted to bring you on. Kelechi brought up the Jordan Gatorade ads of the past.
Nice shot.
Were there some ads that y'all had in mind, like that y'all were thinking about? I know we already talked about the Mars Blackman one, but other than that, like, did y'all have any thoughts of like what you wanted the reference to be or feel like or whatever?
All those references that the team mentioned, I think the one that really stuck out to me, I don't know if it was for iPhone 14 or 15, but essentially it was them showcasing the tech features of the camera. And it was kid at a racing starting line and a mom behind kind of watching. And just being able to show the camera in action and communicate this benefit for the phone. And it was all like, how do we create this version for Ant to communicate the new performance benefits for a basketball shoe that wasn't just technological, and brand speak or any of that. It was just like, this is Ant's tone of voice telling you what he thinks about the shoe and what it's doing for his game.
This ain't no regular shoe. It's a cheat code built for my game to make yours even better. Look at them. They got that support wing, which gives me power and stability.
So I think that was one of the main reference points for us on top of, obviously everything else that we've seen in the past from basketball sneaker campaigns.
I want to talk about, we brought it up a little bit with Ant when he was here, the peach void. And obviously these voids seem to be a signature of your work. But why did you think, because we talked about Dragon Ball Z, and talk to me about the peach void and what it represented for you and what you wanted it to represent for Ant.
Yeah, I mean, that was part of the brief, was just like the mention was like a seamless world for Ant. And then I was just like, okay, let's enhance this color. How do we get the color grade? And then I shot my shot with the colorist from, he does Mad Max, his name's Eric Whip. So like we have like the Mad Max colorist like giving us a nice gradient. So he's like shifting things. So we're able to really world build. And yeah, for me, I think it's just very important that when we were doing what we were doing with Ant and with this campaign, it was more than like a spot that just exists and then like you forget about it. What we're doing is like we're creating something that like you see it, you can put yourself in it, you can imagine yourself in it, you can imagine things being in it, and you can it's literally endless possibilities. And I think what happens and why we were so successful too versus why things are just kind of like flopping left and right is because you'll just get like one-off campaigns or like one-off spins like at a restaurant or at the basketball court, and then like there's nothing else to it.
Yes.
We're living somewhere, and that's how we're able to like world build and then do this for Ant, where we can just pop back in and everybody's familiar. They can clock in without being afraid of what's gonna happen. It's just like a subconscious feeling of like familiarity that we're trying to capture.
I wanted to ask the copywriting, because y'all know that like copywriting can really fuck up marketing and advertisements. And especially when you have like people who are trying to sound young, trying to sound hip, trying to sound cool. And I felt like this copywriting was like clearly very Ant, but it also had a tinge of internet speak in it, you know, just to like, you know, sprinkles here and there of like stuff that the young folks online can kind of, you know, latch on to, you know, those young folks.
Young folks.
Yeah, so what was, and copywriting is a huge part of this, you know, so talk about that and just kind of like how y'all work with Chris, who worked with Ant, to kind of make this world come to life that was written by somebody else, but clearly narrated by Ant.
And it gave us a lot of ammo. There's a lot of just old videos, old memes that helped us establish his tone of voice. And then to your point, like we were always trying to do things that were gonna help us win with the Kid Hooper. So that's where you see some of this, you know, cultural speak, you know, just like we wanted to be familiar, you know, and that's what allowed for, whenever people see Ant, it's almost like he's your little brother, your little cousin that you all know that we all have. So it was obviously starting with his tone of voice and being able to establish that and bring that to life, which was already out into the world. And then two, like how do we win with the kid and do it in a way that doesn't feel corny, doesn't feel forced, but you know, we can slip it in when we need to and not actually rely on it, which was fun.
You talked about a great technique that you used on set that kind of helped Ant come across as like just very natural, and it was basically just having him speak this script to Nick. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. The first time working with him, I don't know him. He's 22. I'm like, what would I want if I was like in a place with 60 to 100 people like looking at me? I'd probably want like my closest friend next to me to just like, you know, make me feel like I'm somewhere familiar, right? So, yeah, I was just, I mean, for that, to get those performances out of Ant, it was just like, yo, let's have Nick be there or be the counterpart to the off-screen part. So he's naturally having that, his tone, and we're getting him naturally, and we're not forcing acting. He's just like, technically, he's just reacting to lines. He understands the lines, right, that we would want him to act. But then it's like, yo, just react to what Nick's gonna tell you on, and Nick's off camera with like a paper, you know? And like that's the gold. Cause then we saw Ant here, right? He's just like, he's got so many like amazing quotes, and that's how it works.
And let's talk about the process. So how long was this in the works? Like, you know, what was how long were y'all thinking about this? And was it presented as, because I've gotten the impression just from the pre-reporting that I've done that it could have just been like a regular sneaker campaign.
Yes.
But like, why? Like, and we've talked about this a little bit, you explain, but yeah, I'm just curious, like, why do y'all, what took it to the next level, and like what made the people who saw the brief maybe think like, I don't know, why could it just been a regular sneaker campaign?
The initial ambition was we didn't want to do something that was already out in the marketplace.
Yes.
We felt like everything from basketball, but even sports marketing in general, was kind of stale.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to do that, but after we briefed the first time, we were more in the lines of that. So what helped shift it is we all got together in Vegas, July 2023, and we just brought all of the smartest people in the room across all of creative, across all of our touch points, retail, digital, social, and just like, yo, this is what we have. This is our goal. How can we tweak this to really make it special? And that's how we landed on the peach. You know, our retail team kind of came in with this build out and was just, oh, here's the color. JL has really established our strategic POV and what we want to do for Ant. And I think that was like really, you know, the catalyst to kind of push it to where we want to go. So went from not wanting to do traditional to landing on something traditional.
Yes.
And then thinking like, hey, how can we tweak this? Like, are we doing this right? And then, you know, that summit we had in Vegas was, you know, eye-opening, you know, for all of us, because we thought we had something special, but everybody was telling us like, yo, this is what we've seen before. If you do something like this is where we can kind of differentiate into what Cam said, and is one of one. So we couldn't do something that was traditional and be proud of it or expect for it to disrupt.
Can y'all say a couple of ideas that were being considered that didn't make it across the line? I heard that at one point there was a conversation about doing something with Ant and his dogs.
Yes. I mean, there was, but I think I will say at that moment in the summit, that's when we all came together and it's like a writing camp.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Who was at this summit?
we as
Like
team.
all Adidas Basketball?
No, like, cross sports marketing, sports marketing, brand comms, the retail team, our creative team, creative direction team, like a lot of people internally like came behind us to champion it. And I think we got the best out of it because we challenged each other. And like I said, it was like a writing camp. We just weren't throwing ideas out, making sure that everything was really locked in because, my main thing and what I presented to him when we first he was already signed, but when you're about to be a signature, we want to make sure that who you are comes through clean.
Yes.
And that was my brief to like Miles and the team.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's kind of like we brief them and then they brief, et cetera. So that was kind of our brief because Ant is one of one.
Yeah.
Like, he's in the league, period. Like nobody else is out there like doing what he does, saying what he says, obviously. But that was like our brief back. So of course there was other ideas thrown out that we did not use. It was funny you brought up the Curb Your Enthusiasm because I think like things like that when we got in the room, like it just continued to evolve where traditional campaigns were.
The cool thing though is that like, yes, they were on a room and they were like saying, let's do all these things and everybody does that. But then they actually like stood behind it and said, here, like we'll actually let you do it.
We didn't put Ant in the box and we for sure didn't put Ant in the box.
Right.
Yeah, but so often brands, large brands at the scale of Adidas do.
Yes.
And that's something that I've heard throughout is y'all allowed freedom and trust.
Yes.
But what
Trust.
put y'all in a position to like let that? Because to be honest, just speaking frankly, I feel like this campaign is the result of certain people letting certain people rock.
Yeah, for sure.
We had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Like if you, but when we tell Ant he gets the shoe, we get to Vegas July 2023. I don't think anybody's really checking for Adidas Basketball at that time, if we're being honest.
We blindsided everybody because nobody saw it coming.
Exactly. So, I think that was the first thing. And then, of course, there are plenty of situations where maybe brands wouldn't be able to take that risk. But it was just like, hey, this is our one shot, the only shot that we really have to make a first impression with someone who we think is special. So to Cam's point, like we were all aligned on that vision. And we're able to obviously go to the team, the rest of the team, and sell that in. But if we're being honest, like we had nothing to lose at that time because Adidas Basketball now looks completely different than what it was at that time in 2023. Almost like a startup.
Yeah, and you felt that, and for one thing, were most of these shot in one day?
Well, yeah, they are. Not sometimes we'll like space them out, like throughout the season. But for the bulk of it, because we operate on such a like team level, and we know exactly what we're gonna hate or we're gonna love or what performance we're gonna go with. Like we're able to book 5 scripts or 3 to whatever amount of scripts a day, and plan in advance and be very surgical with it, and just hope for the best. Go in with good intentions. I do want to say that I think that's probably why we've been so successful is because we've always gone in with like just really good intention behind like the spots that have been written and then created. And it's literally like, fuck it. Like if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And because we've just been like so free about it, the world's kind of like paid it back, and then Ant's performance obviously matters, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, it's weird because you plan for all these things and then they all start hitting and you're like, why? Why is it working so well? Or why are all these things happening? You're like, oh, everybody was just like checked in and nobody was like trying to stop anybody from doing it. It's cool.
I want to talk about the angles and how you shot it. And I also want you to explain the significance of shooting on film, because you mentioned it, but explain the significance and why that was important to you.
It was just like, what are we trying to do? We're trying to capture this energy. And the first shoot, I don't know, I just couldn't think of anything that would capture something more amazing as Ant, because somebody like him with his character, with the new shoe, hasn't been shot on film for probably quite some time, or at least the campaign hasn't. And if we're like nothing to lose, you know, I'm like, let's shoot on film. Let's capture the energy that we're trying to kind of resemble, that's a past time, right? Where everything's kind of shot on film, but it's low res because it's been, right? So let's show something that would be in a past time in a high resolution with the color grade and do all these things. And yeah, I mean, and that was that. I mean, shooting on film is a little different too because you have to like stop the film and then you have to do the sound. You can't go as fast. You lose probably an hour or two a day shooting on film. But again, Ant's performance is just naturally being him. So we're able to just shoot film and be like, that takes great. We don't have to like swap a mag or whatever. But yeah, that's just part of the language of the whole campaign because we could have shot, the way the brief was sent, it could have been any Peach Boy. It could have been shot on a Sony or a digital camera. And it could
What'd you shoot on?
We shot on an Aria Alexa, sorry, not Aria Alexa, it's a 435. It's a 35 millimeter film camera. And yeah, so this campaign could have been shot on like digital and it could have looked a certain type of way, would have felt flat, you know, maybe something like that. Like we see how many spots now are in a void after our campaign is dropped and they're all kind of, you're just whatever about it, you know, because it's not, yeah, you're not committing to it. And I think you have to that's what we did. We fully committed to this world.
And I mentioned angles, and I want to talk about that because I think it brings so much like dynamic dynamism, is that a word, to the campaign. Like even as I was saving those little screenshots for y'all to choose from, like just the little screenshot, I'm like, wow, that's such a beautiful shot. You know, just the screenshot that I'm taking for y'all to reference for your top 10 list or top 4 list. But yeah, so like, why was it important for you to like get from above these, like, the reason I love the Saab one, and why was that important to, but you like to shoot like that.
Yeah, I do. It's really just, I don't know. It's like, I guess my subconscious like reference mind going off where I see like certain angles feel better if they're wider. Yeah. Sometimes you like compress too much on introducing the story and you just don't know where you are, you know? So like we'll shoot really wide and I'll have Ant walk in with the lie detector test, you know, gentlemen. And like, then they'll walk over and we'll like keep them very small on the screen or like we'll introduce the car driving in the middle of the Peach Boy, you're like, what the hell am I watching? Things like that where, yeah, you're able to just kind of allow people to see what they're about to get into and then surprise them with different angles or takes that enhance the story. But yeah, I think that's important. You don't want to, it's just like establishing.
You don't want to give away everything or you want there to be mystery.
You want people to want to watch, you know? So you start the film and you just see 2 people shaking hands and then they're walking.
Right.
Now we're in a world where everything's like, and that world doesn't work without curiosity. So we build the curiosity to start with. You know, it's like, why is Ant walking with it? Where are they going? Why is Ant in a car driving in the middle of nowhere? Where is he going? Why is the camera taking so long to show the shoes? Why is Ant like backing up from the backboard for like 10 seconds? It's all these little nuggets that we like allow people to want to see what's next versus like shoe shot, basketball, performance, shoe shot. You know, it's like completely breaking the traditional format that we've been kind of like jaded to.
It's not easy making a campaign that feels pulled from the past and completely fresh at the same time, but that's what this team managed to do. With the Anthony Edwards 1 campaign, you see familiar sports marketing tropes like self-narration.
They said I got a little buzz going. Most of y'all still don't know who I am. I'm Anthony Edwards, AKA Ant-Man.
Censorship.
How about your boy?
Man, these ain't nothing. These first shoes, I like them AE1s better than these, nephew.
And the revival of friendly competition, something we haven't seen in a while. Maybe you don't remember when tennis player Michael Chang took a shot at Andre Agassi in his Reebok Pump commercial.
So if you want to beat those rock and roll tennis guys, pump up and air out.
Or when Shaq elbowed Little Penny in his Reebok commercial.
This is my planet.
You got room for a brother on your planet.
But then there were the obvious things the team completely avoided, like making the sneaker the center of the story or aligning with a popping rap song/rapper. But what's most innovative about this campaign is the execution and distribution. Instead of having one 30-second commercial that played at various times on TV throughout the NBA season, the team made multiple. over 10 social videos that have never aired on primetime television and had 0 ad spend behind them. The videos were social first and reactive, coming after Ant's big moments on the court and aligning with the NBA season. They didn't just want to sell a sneaker. In order to reach a younger audience that's become less interested in basketball sneakers and television, they knew they had to create a conversation and break through the internet algorithm, and it worked. In the next chapters, we discuss the thought that went into being so nimble and reactive, why sports marketing got stale, the biggest challenges with making this campaign, and knowing what they know now, where they'd like to go for the Anthony Edwards 2 campaign.
I love that y'all brought up how it's like you wanted to disrupt, and then kind of the final result, you have been disruptive, obviously, but there's something very nostalgic feeling about the campaigns and traditional about the campaigns. So as I was like studying and analyzing, I was like, oh, there's some tropes that they avoided and some tropes that they leaned into. One of the tropes that y'all avoided was no rap song, no rapper. We're gonna talk, but why was that? Why did y'all avoid that? Because Ant could have easily gotten an Atlanta rapper and the thing, you know. Yeah, why was that something y'all didn't want to move away? You wanted to move away from?
We wanted to do something that was entertaining, a little bit more cinematic.
Yeah.
And then what we talked about earlier, what we were seeing in the marketplace, it was just like very repetitive, kind of stale. So whatever was hot at that time, we really wanted to stay away from. And I think that would have limited what we wanted to communicate about Ant. Like this was about him. This was about his shoe and introducing both of those icons to the world. So I think that was the main reason behind it. And we saw so many of those, you know?
Another thing that y'all seem to move away from, and I was reading a story with, I think the creative director of JL, but they said y'all wanted to move away from this hero's journey for Ant. So, and when I look at the messaging, obviously it positions him as like this very talented athlete who has athletic prowess that we don't have, but it does feel like everybody can be a part of this journey and everybody can believe in themselves. So yeah, how did y'all want to position him in a way that was different from maybe the way other athletes have been positioned in marketing campaigns?
I mean, Anthony, I'm gonna keep saying this. I don't know how many times you need to say it, girl. He's one of one. Like,
the spot was about Ant. It wasn't even like we weren't showing like tag or shoe or. I mean, we had maybe a sprinkle of it, but most ads are like so in your face with the
product
tag,
focus.
and you're like jaded to it. You don't. The consumer really like they care, but they'd rather see like the hero that they want to be. The kids rather see Ant. They care about Ant. They want to wear his shoes because it's Ant. They don't want to wear it because it has a specific technology. That's like how a kid thinks. So you're just like making these products for like inspiring the youth to want to remember this ad for the next. It is that campaign for our generation. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I think the beauty of it too is like believe that is a call to action.
Yes.
Not only for Ant, and obviously we built that for him, but for the community that we was trying to win with. If you're buying Ant shoes, you're making a statement. Like you can't half step it. Like you gotta attack everything with the same energy that Ant does, whether it's on or off the court. So I think that was the beauty of Believe That. It just allowed for us to create a global basketball community. And too, it's just like if you're wearing those shoes, like you're making a choice to stand for something, and that is Believe That, which to us is a call to action.
One of the things that I was so impressed with about the campaign is the reactivity, which I'm like, what were the logistics? Because it's like, and also just, well, how do you feel when people say this is a social media campaign?
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, I actually think then it checked the box.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's the reactive piece is like, we'll all be in a group chat late at night, like, should we post it now? Nah, it's not time, let's wait.
Which is crazy because so many times I'm like, why didn't they drop it? And then it works. And I'm like, no way. I don't know. What you guys do behind closed doors is crazy. I was like, you guys are doing voodoo or something because, and there's times when like it may not pan out. Like I think Ann had 2 posters during like the fires and we couldn't why would it get dropped? You know what I'm saying? And then another time, and you're just like, what if he never dunks on somebody again? You know, we're gonna like lose the spot.
And you're
or
referring
whatever.
to the
Man
iced
down.
tea, man down.
Yeah. So like, but then it works, and you're just like, wow, this is incredible. You're just like so elated. It's amazing. It's just but the planning that Adidas is able to do with when and the timing. I'll like even text Miles. I'm like, yo, drop it. I'm like, I want to see it in the world.
On the phone. He's like,
and Miles has this restraint to like just know when the time is right.
Well, can we give a specific example of that where it was like too early?
I think he kind of gave one with the
Okay,
fires.
okay.
Because like during that time, we wanted to be respectful of it.
Yes. Of course.
And he had a poster of all posters.
Special.
And all of us, I think we all were
Special.
like, but we did the right thing of hope.
Yeah.
And once again, we know he's gonna do it. We know he's gonna live up to it.
Right.
Yeah. The beautiful thing about our team too, like across Adidas, across JL, across Onda, like it starts with basketball.
Yeah.
So we're able to predict some situations. And to Cam's point, like we know the Ant is gonna pay that off. And then two, about the social media campaign, I think we're able to be reactive because we don't want to do anything that isn't worthy of a conversation.
Yep.
So if there is a conversation after Ant dunks on somebody or blocks a shot, then we can make that decision in real time. And, you know, to the point too about, you know, this is a social media campaign, like we're trying to win with the kid. I got a 13-year-old nephew at home who's always telling me what's cool, what's not cool.
Yeah.
And then two, I've never seen him watch TV, really. You know, a lot of his news, a lot of what he's
Or a
engaged in.
game.
Exactly, or
Or a home
consuming.
game.
Okay,
Yeah, and he's the biggest basketball fan in the world.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
And I think that's the part where like we go off of highlights now. We live in a
Right.
highlight culture.
Right.
Like he even said it, like it's a fast moving
Right.
culture. And I think just off the highlights that Ant gives us, his nephew now is able to like, oh, I saw that, and then we react to it.
Yeah.
And you just brought up even specific moments where other like competitors and brands are doing what we're doing
Yes.
of reacting.
Yes.
So it's like we're in the forefront of that
Yeah.
because of.
Yeah. And also, there was no paid behind this campaign, no paid media.
Hey, we need
zero.
We let the people speak. You just said it was a social campaign, and it's like
true.
So this had 0 TV spots.
Zero.
That's so interesting. Okay.
Why is that interesting to you?
It just shows how much things have changed, you know, because it's like,
But it answers your question.
yeah, because that used to be the primetime real estate, you know? So
Exactly.
it's just interesting how things have changed. But also just the quantity that you all put out. And as you were saying, it's like you now, in order to make something memorable, it can't just be like 1 minute campaign a season. It's like this series of vignettes and spots that like ingrain this world into people's head and once again like start a conversation. So this world, I mean, today you all release an ad where, or a spot, I don't even, a spot, a vignette, a social ad, whatever, where Ant and Nick are walking through this peach world and it seems like they're about to exit it.
I think we need a bigger spot, Jack.
I mean, what could be bigger than all this?
I know y'all can't say much about the Anthony Edwards 2 campaign, but I think what have you learned from this first chapter that is informing how you all want to approach the second?
I think first and foremost, like the basketball season is so long. There are so many moments within the larger chase to a championship that you can make special and highlight. So I think that was the main learning. And then two, as we've gotten more comfortable with Ant, more comfortable with him, it's just like how far, how cinematic can we be with him? What are some of, you know, to the point we talked about earlier, like meeting him where he's at in his life and basketball career. What are the topics that we want to hit on throughout the season? What can we anticipate to come forth? And then two, it's just like, it's always us canvassing, you know, the internet, our communities, the people we're trying to serve to just get an understanding of what will work, what will not. You know, so it allows for us to be nimble, you know, make some strategic decisions, but be disruptive and reactive and authentic to Ant as much as possible.
Which is like free game.
Free game.
Because now everybody's gonna try to do it.
Yeah.
They
But
are
like,
trying to do
They
it.
are.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Yeah.
trying to do it now. But, you know, like Miles just said, planning and then having the peach void where we can kind of live in and do those or take these moments out it's the perfect formula that we've managed to create. And then we have Ant. And now everybody was trying to do that on like a one-day shoot in a house because all these things, you know, work or like at someone's backyard, and there's just too many things that go on in there where you can probably only get one commercial, and then that's enough time for the athlete, and then they only have one commercial a year for the shoe, and then nothing else. For us, like we're literally after this, like it's pregame, everybody's gonna try to do it. Godspeed, you know, it's very difficult. It's still very difficult to do, but that's how we do it.
You sound proud.
Yeah, I am proud.
No, I'm playing. I'm just joking with you. I'm joking with you. I'm joking with you. I'm joking with you.
Okay, the next section we're gonna talk about. Okay, before we get into the state of sports marketing, I did want to talk about, so clearly you all said that you're trying to reach the young kiddos.
Yeah.
But there also, a lot about this campaign feels very intergenerational, which I think that's the mark of great marketing, where it's something that can appeal to everyone. But you were trying to reach young kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Were you thinking about it also? But then there's references, because I've heard this criticism too, well, not criticism, but just observation of like, you know, these young kids don't know what Law & Order SVU is.
And you are the knot in the pit of your stomach.
Dunk of the year type posterization.
Oh, another one. How'd it happen?
There's obviously also like a reference to a sob, which, you know, like, so talk about that and kind of mixing in.
See, I think that's the cool part about it, because that connects, you just said it's multi-generational now. Yeah. Like that connects back to the paid in full. That connects back to where we weren't with some of the references you mentioned earlier. And of course, like, he called Ice, I'm not even joking, he called Ice-T Unc. Yeah, Unc. I don't even know Unc. You know what I mean? But like, like other generations do. And I think we as Adidas Basketball, we literally wanted to make sure we made that multi-generational connection for the consumer. Because like, whether you 6 years old just starting to play basketball, or you 35 running pickup games at the rec, like we wanted to make sure that like AE was like on their feet and then being talked about. I feel like we did a great job at that.
For sure, I agree. So why has sports marketing been so bad? Specifically in, we can keep it in general. I was gonna say the basketball sneaker space, but what do you think has brought it to this place?
I think it brought it to this place because we're about the athlete now. And I think we embodied, like, when we had that writing camp, when we were like, I call it writing camp, when we had that summit, we call it a summit internally. But when we had that, like, we wanted to make sure that, like, the athlete was first. I felt like so many times, and this is why I think it's been stale, the brand and the product, and Onda said it multiple times, like, you zero in on the product, you zero in on the brand, and it's like, that's what makes it stale. Because then people just lose interest because they see the same thing over and over again. And when you have somebody special like Ant, and once we signed them, once we like developed it and concepted, it made it that much different, where you don't need to necessarily zero in on the brand. You know what the brand is.
Right.
You don't necessarily need to zero on the product because we want to build the icon.
Yes.
So I think that was the part that like made this one special and different.
So y'all, and I am curious about this, there's a lot more talking heads who talk specifically about marketing. Do y'all pay attention? Does that impact what you do in any way?
I know, Jordan.
Not impact, but
you pay attention.
Selfishly, I see it.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, so Jordan Rogers, he's been very complimentary of y'all's campaign and done a lot of really great breakdowns.
Shout out to Jordan.
Yeah, shout out to
No, we know
For
Jordan.
real.
Jordan's good.
Yeah, I spoke to him before this too to get some insight. And one thing that he keeps bringing up is the word, this is so hard to do. This is so hard to do.
Adidas does it again. This is the best signature campaign I've seen in years. I said that at the start of the season. They continued to bring energy for All-Star, and now for playoffs, they got more great creative with a low. This is so hard to do.
Was it hard to do?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, Onda said it. It's like, he was like, I don't know how y'all do it. It is hard to do.
It just it's so, like, at the same time that it takes like a bunch of people to create the concept, then it takes time for those people to allow the concept, and then you gotta shoot it, you gotta get the performance, you gotta get the time in the performance on the court, you gotta make sure the colorways are hit, like we're timing the colorways, we're timing, like, you know, everything, and then of course it's performance. And then on top of that, you have to be able to have as many films as you can to be able to make something that lasts a long time. And that's part of like the longevity of the campaign and how it started and got people's attention, because we could have done, again, spent all the money on one location and got a cool park. And like, what are you gonna get out of that? You're gonna get a couple dunks, you know, maybe a narrative on the bench, but we're able to do whatever we want in this void. And that's why you see so many people now realizing, oh, they can just give this person however many scripts and try to get 5 things out of them or 3 things out of them, however small or whatever. And now it feels unnatural because we made it feel natural. So it's like, yeah, like, it just takes so many parts, and it's incredibly hard, like Jordan said.
This has been 2 years.
Yeah.
Like,
yes,
it's been 2 years like on this. The 2 years with the same shoe.
Yep.
2 years with the void. Like, but no one's bored of it. And that's the special part, because even with the timing and longevity and how you like, everyone's gonna try to mimic it, but we figured a way to like crack the code.
Yeah. I wanted to see if y'all agree with these blocks. So in Jordan Rogers' view, he feels like these building blocks need to be in place. So the team has to be good. The player has to be well behaved. The health of the player has to be good. The creative has to be right. The marketing has to be right. The product has to be good. Charisma, and then what's below that? Performance. Do y'all agree with these markers?
Absolutely.
Everything.
Absolutely. And even in like the world that we play in, we were blessed that Adidas made the dopest product that we've seen in the space. So that gave us a little bit of cushion. But to that point, you know, we were betting on Ant being the most healthy player in the league, the healthiest player in the league. We were betting on not only his charisma, but his charisma connecting with people that didn't necessarily know him the way we did. So I agree completely, and I think there may be some more elements to that you have to consider as well.
Like what?
I mean, to Cam's point, there are so many just people that you have to consider and make sure that everybody's aligned and comfortable with what you're building.
Looking at this, I was like, oh, no wonder the sneaker industry kind of shifted to artists and musicians, because it feels like the same factors don't have to be in place.
It's like, if you go that route, you don't need to worry about a lot. Like, you cut off half of these things.
Yes.
Right.
And that's, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's taking the easy route, but I think it's the standardization of what's been, and that's what you just said, is what was stale.
Yeah.
We took the risk of going through a lot of these hurdles to make sure that we got there. We make sure that Ant's comfortable in the shoes, for one. I mean, shout out to our product team at Adidas for that. But once we make sure he's comfortable with in the shoes, we're making sure that the rollout's great. And then and I think that's also why I like Man Down the most, because we made sure that the shoes he dunked in what showed up, you know, what was in the bag. Like, and I think that just made it so crazy that, like, shout out to them for like thinking that far ahead to know that moment was gonna happen.
Y'all have this momentum. How do you maintain it? I know you can't give away all of your secrets, but have y'all had another summit on like what the strategy should be? And like, because that's the hardest thing. It's like, it's one thing to pop out when you have nothing to lose. It's another thing to maintain it. So it's like, what are you thinking about?
I mean, clearly we got a target on our back.
Yeah.
So I think with that, we want to make sure that we're still driving home where we began.
Yes.
And I think not only driving home where we began, but like across Adidas, like Adidas Basketball, even just across our creative with JL and Onda, like, we're making sure we're evolving where we've been.
Yeah.
And of course we have summits, because we want to make sure that we are having those like creative conversations where we're internally like, I mean, everything's great, but then we, like, me and Miles be like, no, not that. Like, we sit across from each other and argue, but then we come together and like align. And I'm sure him and Honda do the same thing. And I think that's just what makes our partnership great, because that's how you get better as a team and evolve.
Right.
So, but I don't know if he was about to chime in.
Yeah, we did just have another summit.
Yeah, that's what I was like. We
did just have some more time with Ant. I think we're just super clear on where we want to go with it. Obviously, the beauty of the partnership is just like, you know, how does JL envision this as well? Our team, you know, where we're at as a brand too. Like, where do we want to take this? And then, Onda's the best in the game. So it's just, essentially just giving him this canvas and the freedom to just go make something crazy. But it always just starts with basketball. It starts with Ant. And I think that's been the beauty. So we did just come off a summit, just did get off some time with Ant.
Amazing.
It's healthy pressure too, you know.
For sure, for sure.
It's so exciting to like have everybody looking at us now or whatever, you know?
Like you want that, you want the pressure, like you want
all
the
eyes
target
are on you.
Exactly, because I feel like that's just what makes us like grow and evolve. I love that.
And I just want to end things with each of you saying, what are you most proud of about the campaign?
I'll let the creative go first.
Every part of my life, as far as I can remember, has been about basketball. I've been in so many gyms around the world. I played in so many games, like been in the trenches of who we're trying to connect with. And I think the most beautiful thing is being able to walk into a gym and see kids in multiple different colors of AE1s, being able to go to Melrose or go to a party in LA and it's just like people are wearing AE1s with jeans, you know? So obviously that's a function of dope product, dope athlete, and good marketing, but I think that's like the proudest thing I am. It's just like shoes are on feet, you know, it's really special.
The longevity of this campaign is just, and what it's done for the industry, I think that's the most proud I've seen because, or I've been at least, because when you get people like Jordan, when you get people like Jordan Rogers reaching out or other people that are like just are so enthusiastic about where we've come and the shot we've taken, it speaks a lot, it speaks volumes because those are your peers and that's who you want to make sure that they see. But then most of all, just harking back, like I've been in this a long time and I've seen consumers come and go.
Yeah.
And like here in China, seeing that today, where you, like just seeing that, like it was just crazy. The Peach Boy traveling from where we began in Atlanta all the way to Shanghai.
Yep,
it's crazy.
It's just something that like you can't really speak through because you see that from the very first moment with that like consumer going from like even when we're in the U.S. but like here in China, it's just like damn, like we really did that.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely like proud of that. Just being able to like kind of make something for the kids to be inspired of and something I would, because the whole time I was designing what I envisioned their vision to be or their brief to be was like what do I remember as a kid like that inspired me or like what would I want to see on the screen or like how would I do like, so being able to pull that off, I think I'm just proud of the way there's like kind of hope for communication in like this world for everybody to just like tear the walls down and be like, yo, we're all in this together. I'm gonna text you whenever I want. And that's why we're able to move at like lightning speed.
Well, I just want to say, you know, the people who I have on this show or who I like to have on this show are people who make things that matter. And I'm not even a big sports girly, but I instantly saw those ads and I thought, this is iconic. And I know that iconic is an overused word nowadays, but you know, I saw it and I was just so impressed with the execution and the storytelling and this young Black athlete speaking so much confidence into himself and into others. And so the ad really touched me in that way. And then I just love that I'm able to sit down with people who are working in the industry, Black and brown, who are making these stories come to life. And I think it's important for everybody, but also young people to see that and to know who is the source of these stories that they're relating to and connecting with and that are like singed in their heads and their brains. So I want to thank you all for your time and your work. I know it wasn't easy getting this across the finish line and reacting and playing that internet algorithm game. I know that's a hard game to play and I think y'all played it really well. And thank you for your time and just your insight and sharing everything that came with making this campaign come to life.
Sure, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone over here.
Yeah, thank y'all too.
Appreciate it.
Right. That is
Go.
a wrap.
Thank you, everyone.